everybody. It's us, the Boomer Broads. It's a very, very sad day here at the Boomer Broads, what with the news of Kim Kardashian's...
Bereft. I'm bereft.
And stunned. Are you as shocked to hear this news as I was?
Not one iota.
I don't know how it lasted. What was it? How many
72 hours.
How did it... No, days.
Okay.
It felt like hours. That would have not shocked me.
Was it 72 days?
72 days. 2.5 months.
That's just long enough for the check to clear, right?
Honest to God.
Long enough for the check to clear.
What a sham, what a scam.
Can I just tell you,
please?
I'm angry about it.
As a
consumer, it's like, give the money back then.
And couldn't you have done a little better with $10 million, Miss Kim? With all due respect, couldn't you maybe help someone other than a wedding dress designer and a venue? I mean, that's the disgraceful side of this too. What a waste of $10
What do they do?
million.
What is their raison d'etre? That whole family.
They're famous for being famous. They don't do anything.
I say Kris Jenner is a genius.
She's brilliant. I absolutely agree with you.
And you know what else is happening today? Guess what? What else is happening in the Kardashian/Jenner kingdom?
What?
Her book is coming out today.
Well, I wonder if that has something to do
Can't
with
do that.
I
disgusting.
wonder if that is a coinky-dinky or possibly a reason to shed a wary eye towards this and wonder if maybe this was all time.
I'm not wondering I'm not wondering one bit of it.
It's one thing to watch the Madoffs come out suddenly and do their thing because their
book
book
is
is
coming
coming
out.
out. I get
by the
that.
way? What did you...
First of all, I thought if anyone saw that 60 Minutes interview, which I think you saw, she seemed to me like she was on either a lot of Xanax or a lot of Valium. She's drugged up. She's not normal.
How could
anymore.
you live your life without being drugged up, though?
Oh, I know.
I mean, you can barely live your life under normal circumstances.
Exactly. And
Can I fix this piece of random hair?
Please, I love when you touch me. I love that.
Yes, I thought that was switching.
She's an odd bird, that one, and that she's still, till death do us part attitude is well, she said. Well, now she has. Now she has, of course, since the suicide of her son. But up until that point, even, it was ridiculous that she would have stayed with the man. But I do, and again, just to make the tie-in here, they came out, but they said, and we're here, and we are, in fact, selling a book. Yeah. But Kim says, oh, it's just a coincidence that I happened to divorce the day before my book comes out.
Did you even read that much of an explanation from her? You read that much?
Well, I've been on Twitter. Have you been watching the tweets?
No,
and Chloe's very upset with everybody tweeting,
well, there's
hater, H-A-T-E-R, the way the hater, don't be a hater, be a lover, you don't know the pain we're going through. It's like, please, please, you crazy Kardashians, the crazy Kardashians.
They are, with a K, by the way, with a K.
And this is a perfect tie-in to a discussion we want to have today. And let's take a look at Kim Kardashian, who many people might look at, especially a younger demographic, might look and say, I want to be her.
Ooh.
She's got money. She's got looks.
Don't be that girl.
She's got it made, doesn't she?
Like
she must be a really happy, fulfilled person.
Although, can I just say something about this? Can I just say something?
Well, don't you want to say what this is first?
Yes, because we are going to share it with our audience, but I question that. I question it.
I think it's right on the money.
Who says she's the happiest woman?
I do. I think she is the happiest woman. I do.
I know others who are happy.
I'm not saying there are not other people who are happy, but this woman has got everything you could ask for in many ways without having too much of anything. Well, it's not like she's a multimillionaire.
I'm happy I have 2 kids. She only has 1 kid.
I think you're being nitpicky. I think you're being...
I have a 10-minute commute.
So does she. She has a telecommute.
Minutes.
And she telecommutes 2 days a week, but you don't.
But don't have the husband.
This is a story, and you love Gail Sheehy.
I do love Gail Sheehy.
Yeah, Gail Sheehy is writing, actually, it's a 4-part series, which is pretty interesting.
I don't get that either.
In USA Today, and the idea, the theme is this America's happiest woman? And they take a look at this woman, Mary Claire Orenick, who is a 50-year-old woman who lives in California, and they have put together what Gail calls a well-being checklist. And I wonder if we should look at her and a Kim Kardashian and see. Let's start with college degree. My bet is...
Kim does not.
I'm going to bet Kim does not. Now, you could prove me wrong, and Aaron is going to look it up online, and obviously before we do this, and I could be wrong. Family income of $120,000 plus. Okay, Kim. That's a daily.
No, a family shyster, after you held everybody up,
Okay.
Well, no, I mean,
some of their businesses are legitimate. They have a store. What else do they have? The crazy. They have this diet drug
shows,
but they also have some businesses.
Doesn't she endorse some kind of shoe thing? And
yeah,
whatever.
Commute under 10 minutes. I think Kim has that. And this by the way, all of these items on this checklist apply to this Mary woman. She has all of this.
Mary Claire.
And they're saying that to have all of these in your life will make you a happy person. So you have a college degree. If your family makes over $120,000 a year, if you don't have a long commute, which I think is hugely true. Oh my God, I don't know. And Aaron and I have just talked about that yesterday. He's a very long commute.
Our producer, Aaron.
There's something about a young man that doesn't seem to bother
me.
But an old woman, boy, does it bother me.
10 minutes. I have 10 minutes. I mean, on a good day, there's a little traffic.
Minutes,
That's about as I can ride my bike to work. Let's put it that way.
That's fabulous.
Fabulous.
A professional full-time job. Well, both Mary and Kim have that, certainly. Good physical and emotional health. Mary may have
Depends on whom you're asking, I
don't know about, I don't know Kim well enough, but her emotional health seems a little BMI, this is upsetting.
It means you're going in the direction.
BMI of under 30.
Yeah, we hate her for that. That alone.
Yeah, Mary is 115 pounds and 5'6".
I was doing really well until that.
And I bet Kim's BMI is high. Because she's not a small woman. She's a big girl. She's got a big butt, obviously.
You didn't need to point out the various body parts.
I can't help it. Exercises 30 to 45 minutes, 6 days a week. I bet Kim does that. And Mary exercises 8 hours a week. That's a lot.
That's a lot of exercise.
And she walks and she plays basketball with her husband.
That won't be.
She's upsetting.
I wonder if Kim played basketball with her husband.
Good. That's a good one. Relationships, married and never divorced. Well,
oops.
2 days ago, Kim would have been fine. Now she's not so good. 2 children.
No, she was married before and divorced. This is her second divorce.
Who was she married to?
I don't know, but before.
I just found out today that Mario Lopez was married before.
Yes.
I didn't know that either,
yes,
and then he screwed around on her, and so she broke up with him.
Yes, at his bachelor party. I bet you read it in the same source I read.
Did you know that though before you read it today?
No,
I didn't.
I knew he had been married before.
He seemed like such a nice guy.
I don't think he's married now.
I don't think
he's
not married to her.
I don't think they're married.
2 children, which Kim obviously does not have, nor does Mary. Mary has 1 son. And
planned it that way.
Yes.
Planned it that way.
And also the key for happiness, which I think you can relate to, is not to have an older parent that you're taking care of, which so many of our viewers do have, and is really a difficult situation for boomers, and not to have a kid.
Right.
So you're not a caretaker. Many boomers have both in their lives, and it's hard to be happy when you're just caring for other people.
When you're juggling that much.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I was in that position. My parents were elderly. Both of them, they were elderly. And I had little kids. Little kids, of course I was.
Yeah.
I was a boomer. And it was horribly difficult. Horribly difficult. Yeah. Even though I actually really loved my time with my dad at the end. But remember, my mother was so ill and living in Florida.
But you weren't caretaking her.
I was at the end.
Right.
Well, at the end,
yeah,
I was.
Yeah. I always felt blessed, even though I lost my mother very young, which was horrible, and I still miss her.
Yeah.
I always say to our siblings that we were in some ways very blessed that we never had to take care of our parents like so many people do.
No.
Which is very hard to do.
Although it was one of the nicest times in my life, really, with my father. Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
And he couldn't speak, which I think was interesting.
That helped.
That would be one of your best
but there was communication. There was communication.
Yeah. He was always happy to see you.
He was happy to see me, and we did communicate in nonverbal ways.
Yeah.
And it was lovely. But my kids were young at the time. So I can really relate to how stressful that is. It's very stressful.
And there's one other area that is for happiness, which I think is more challenging for boomers in some ways than any of the other, which is to have as many as a dozen intimate friends. That's hard. I mean, I was thinking those are the people you can call in a pinch, and I counted about 6, not including my family, putting my family aside. 6 really good friends.
You have more than that.
No, not if not in a crisis.
Everything?
Right, that person. I mean, I've got my college roommates, I've got Brian, I've got my friend Margie. I mean, I've got people in my, well, of course. And I've got my sisters and my brothers and my nieces and nephews, but that friend base was really only about, in my mind, about a half dozen
Really?
people.
I haven't counted. I'm afraid to count.
You probably have a similar number.
Yeah, I probably do.
And she said, Mary says she has about 10 friends she can count on, scattered throughout the United States. But if you take all of those things together, that makes a happy person, and I do think it does.
And we'll list those, by the way, on our
and we'll put them on our website.
Yeah.
We'll give you a link on Facebook as well to that.
I think it's interesting. And by the way, here's the second part. Learn about work from the happiest woman. And she talks about some of the action steps. Really love what you do. Re-educate yourself if you need to. And she actually, Mary Claire, this supposedly happiest woman, went back to school. So she didn't go right away to get her
a BA and a master's she got.
Eventually, study the market. Where do you find the high demand? So you're actually choosing the right path. Scour the internet, cultivate a sponsor. That was one of the key things she said that really helped her become as happy as she became and succeed in her business. Not a mentor, but a sponsor, somebody who would actually promote you.
I thought that was interesting.
It was very interesting. Yeah. I thought that was really important.
You probably had that in your media
I definitely had that.
Yeah, I had more mentors, I think.
Also in what I'm doing now. I mean, I remember a gentleman who was a neighbor who ran a very successful public relations agency at the time. And I went to talk to him. Not only that, Edward Bernays, the founder of public relations.
The father.
The father. I called him up on the phone. He was 90 years old. He lived in Cambridge. And I said, can I come and pick your... Unbelievable.
Fantastic.
So, not that he was a sponsor or a mentor, but he was certainly influential.
Yes,
Both of these people were very influential. And then the final thing was...
we are running out of time.
I'm sorry.
So you
use your well-being as a selling point. So talk about how happy and how well-adjusted you are.
Yeah, as an employer, aren't you more apt to hire someone who comes across as positive? I mean, I have had people, I'm so depressed, I can't find a job.
Walk them around, right?
Yeah. Well, you're not going to get a job here, that's for sure, because I don't need blue with a blue.
No, we've got that, don't we?
We ourselves. We deliver the depression.
We don't need more of that. Yes, we reserve the right.
That's right. But anyway, so that's, I thought, was a very interesting piece and a very interesting story.
We got 2 more minutes. All right. Well, I'm gonna quickly point out a couple of things that I read today. One of which is frightening for you in particular. I don't drink wine, but raising the chance of some cancers with 2 drinks a day.
Oy vey! What cancers? Not breast, I hope.
You know what? I don't know.
See, you always half read the stories.
I do. Well, I hope that you'll read it.
Well, if
oral and pharyngeal.
Huh?
Your pharyngeal cancer.
Oh, I feel. I've been feeling something.
You have it.
I think. And my tongue. Does it say anything about tongue? My tongue.
No, you got to cut down on the drinking, honey. Oh, I'm sorry. You'll take your chances. Something tells me. And then the risk of heart disease for women. We only know that's big. I'm sorry. I apologize.
So cancer. So we're leaving them with cancer and heart disease. Well, thank you. So the happiest woman in the world, right into cancer. Okay. Thank you for joining us. Keep up the drinking.
Don't listen to anything I say.
Don't listen to anything she says. Be happy. Don't worry. You know the whole thing.